Happy Tuesday, y'all. Happy freaking Tuesday. Welcome to the show. Jeff Michael. This is Sports with Balls. What a day, man. Happy Tuesday, guys. Gonna get into a lot of stuff today. Stoked about it. March Madness is coming up, man. Woo, we got NBA stuff to get into. What else are we getting into today? World Baseball Classic, breaking news. You got the Houston Texans making moves. All kinds of stuff going down today on Sports with Balls, man. So appreciate you tuning in. Those of y'all that are listening in on the podcast, I do appreciate y'all. Those that are watching live, leave a comment. I'll try to get to it as soon as I can. Welcome into March, man. Today's March 3rd. National holidays go as follows. National If Pets Had Thumbs Day. All right. What else we got? World Wildlife Day, 33 Flavors Day, Canadian Bacon. Love Canadian bacon. Caregiver Appreciation Day, Omega-3 Day. What else do we have in here? International Irish Whiskey Day. I'll take care of that. Ear Care Day, Japan Doll Festival. There's a lot of stuff today. Lantern Festival, Mother's Day in Georgia, National I Want You to Be Happy Day. Shout out to a few people. National Anthem Day. Wow, mulled wine. National Sportsmanship Day. There we go. My son didn't. Well, we're not going to get into that. We'll do that later. Talking Third Person Day, Tourism Day, Hearing Day. My Lord, Town Meeting Day, Peach Blossom Day. You name it, man. March 3rd. Golly, I didn't know there was this many of them. So that is your national holidays for today. Let's get into some sports, man. March Madness. March Madness is coming up, guys. I'm absolutely stoked about March Madness. It's a great time for a lot of people because you got the NFL a little bit on a break. The NBA is sort of in a lull moment. And you've got college basketball kind of takes over for a minute. And those of y'all that don't pay attention, sort of like me, during college basketball the entire season, this is when we do pay attention. We fill out our brackets. We get ready for Duke to make a run or whoever else. U of H the last few years. However it may go. But, yeah, man. March Madness is a great time. A great time. The national picture in men's college basketball is crystal clear right now. Duke is back at number 1, holding the top playoff spot for a record number of weeks now, historically. Arizona just clinched the Big 12 regular season title and is rolling near the top of the country. Michigan, UConn, Houston, Ohio State round out the elite tier as the latest projections. According to them, the projected number 1 seeds for March Madness are Michigan in the Midwest, Arizona in the West, Duke in the East, UConn in the South. Other teams that have a shot: Florida, Iowa State, Michigan State, Nebraska, Texas Tech, Illinois, Gonzaga, Virginia, Kansas, Purdue, Alabama, who had a nice run last year. North Carolina, St. John's, Miami, Arkansas. I'm going down the top 25 at this point. St. Mary's, Miami. I said a second ago. Tennessee, Vanderbilt, and St. Louis down there. Round out the top 25. But like I said, as your number 1 seeds go, Michigan, Arizona, Duke, and UConn. Duke, man, they're on a roll. By the way, Carlos Boozer obviously has a son that plays for Duke. Do you know how old this kid is? Because if you look at him, you're going to be like, you got to be kidding me. This kid is 18 years old. He looks 25. He looks like he plays in the NBA. He will be top pick in the NBA draft for sure. And I bet that he puts on quite the show over March Madness. My pick to win the NCAA tournament. Drum roll, please. Arizona. That's right. I'm going to go with Arizona. I would say Duke, but It should be one of those two. The brackets come out soon. I can't wait to fill out mine. I hope you fill out your bracket. March Madness is one of my favorite times of the year. Gambling. All right, coming up this week, we have the World Baseball Classic. I actually am going. I live in Houston. They play on Friday here. Taking my son, one of my good friends, and his son as well. Should be an absolute blast. Team USA, the overall favorites, is loaded. Logan, let's just go over the pitchers. Logan Webb, Tarek Skubal, Paul Skeens, Nolan McLean. Wow. Wow. Now, do we want to get into the hitters? Kyle Schwarber, Aaron Judge, Kyle Rowley, Bobby Witt Jr., Bryce Harper, Gunnar Henderson, Byron Buxton, Bregman, Roman Anthony. Who's stopping this team? I have no idea. This team is absolutely loaded. Hopefully we get some autographs. I will let you guys know if we do, but I hope we get some autographs. I think that we play, is it Great Britain, I believe, on Friday? One of those teams. Oh, Brazil. We play Brazil on Friday. There's games also in Miami. There's games everywhere. But World Baseball Classic begins this week. Baseball spring training is in full effect. By the way, I think I gambled on some spring training games today. Who did I take? I took a couple of teams. I was bored at the office. All right, leave me alone. I had to put it. And in fact, I won the other day. Spring training gambling seems like pretty much a degenerate thing to do. But we're talking about $5, $10 bets on 4 teams. Okay, guys? So calm down. I'm not putting thousands of dollars because my son does need a new baseball bat as he broke his yesterday. You know what? That gives me a second to thank a couple of people on this show or that make this show possible. Number one is Butler. Hold on. Let me pull up all their stuff. Butler CCS Incorporated, Fire, Water, Mold, Roofing, you name it. West Butler over there at Butler CCS has you covered. 713-330-9472. That's 713-330-9472. Also, Novus Building and Design. 713-805-9513. Email Amanda. It is right there at Novus Building and Design. They believe building a home is more than just construction. It's a calling. Female-owned and family-run, guided by faith and commitment to integrity. They've spent their entire career turning visions into reality through home building and remodeling services. I got one more, but we'll wait on that one. We'll wait. My boy over there at Hercules Geotechnical Consultants. Get into that in a few minutes. Let me know who you guys have for the men's college basketball championship coming up here in March and who you're gambling on. I'm taking Arizona and Duke. That's obviously chalk betting, but look, U of H, I think they've lost 3 in a row recently. They've fallen to number 7. I know the last couple of years they were great. They were in the national championship game last year, fell short. We'll see. We'll see what goes on. Obviously, keep you updated. Breaking news out of the boxing world. I want to get into this before we start a couple of the other segments. Logan Paul, as we all know, brother of Jake Paul, has now accused Floyd Mayweather Jr. of owing him $1.5 million. He says he still owes me $1.5 million, maybe more. Here's what happened. He pre-sold the fight using my likeness to some company in Dubai or the Middle East. This is my understanding of it for $10 million cash. Our deal was 15%. He smoked me. 15% of $10 million is 1.5. He has a bunch of legal trouble at the moment. I don't think I'm ever going to get paid. The reason I bring this up is because of Mayweather fighting Tyson in the Congo and then Mayweather having a rematch with Pacquiao. It seems absolutely mind-blowing to me to think Floyd Money Mayweather has money issues. There was times where he was getting $80 million a fight. I have no idea if this is true or not, but if it is, this is astounding. That if Floyd Mayweather has money issues and has to get back in the ring, this is a record-breaking number of money that would have been blown by an athlete. I don't have his exact numbers right in front of me. I'll get him for the next show of how much money he's earned in his career. I'm going to assume it's over $200-300 million. Probably way more than that. We do know he led a life of luxury with the cars and the houses. I don't know how he blew all that money. And he has to fight in the Congo and then have a rematch with Pacquiao. Wow. Just wow. Unbelievable. That's all my boxing news for today. I'm not going to get into that right now. I'll probably do this again in a couple of days, and we'll go over it a little bit more in detail. But I do have a lot of stuff to get to. Let's talk about the Houston Texans in the NFL. And the reason I say the Houston Texans in the NFL, they are the only ones that seem to be making a lot of noise lately. Although the Jets did place their franchise tag on their running back, Breece Hall, but the Texans have acquired running back David Montgomery in a trade with the Lions. They sent Juice Struggs and 2 picks over to the Lions for David Montgomery. Now, they already had Ward on there. They also have a couple of other running backs, man. Nick Chubb's is in there, I believe. Joe Mixon's situation has got to be weird in Houston. They also sent off another couple of picks and another lineman. The Texans did. The Texans had 9 offensive linemen on their roster for the final game in 2024, the divisional playoff in Kansas City, and 7 of those 9 are gone 14 months later. Only Blake Fisher and Jarrett Patterson remain. If you're a Texan fan, is this a great thing, a good thing, a bad thing? I get it. You've got another running back. And listen, Montgomery is a solid option. But if you have no offensive line and your quarterback play is suspect, they're going to put 7 in the box and you're not running the ball anyways. So I have no idea what the Houston Texans are thinking. You can't draft offensive linemen and think that they're going to perform on their first year. Their first year playing in the NFL. So they traded away Titus Howard to the Cleveland Browns in exchange for a future pick. This is unbelievable. It's way thinner than the Texans would like to see. Like, I get it. You're trying to make moves. But I didn't think the offensive line was that bad. There were a lot of penalties. That false starts, that's coachable. That's fixable. But you got big men in there. Good people. I'm just wondering where the Texans are with this. And C.J. Stroud, as we all saw, did not play good. And he's pressured a lot. Are you picking up 2 offensive linemen that are just monsters that we don't know about? Is there a plan in place here for the offensive line for the Houston Texans? Woo. Sure doesn't seem like it. Is there any other stuff? What do we got? Oh, the Houston Texans also released veteran safety Jimmy Ward. They are all over the NFL world right now. The Houston Texans are all over the NFL right now. Wow. That's all I got. That's all I got in the NFL. I'm not going to get into the draft yet. I know it's coming up, but we will pick up that stuff a little later. What else? What other news do we have going on? I had some stuff to get into. I wonder if I'm going to break into it now. I'll do the parlay of the day here in a minute. Have y'all heard about the enhanced games? I don't know if y'all have heard about this yet, but it is called the enhanced games. And there is a lot of stuff that I probably should bring up. But first of all, I want to thank my man, Mark, over at Hercules Geotechnical Consultants. These guys are amazing. They have a huge focus on geotechnical soil tests and residential and commercial, new construction and building additions. Also, phase one environmental site assets. This is for banks and realtors that require it for commercial loans. Call Mark Fuentes. Can 713-884-55. Hercules Geotechnical Consultants, residential and commercial. I'm going to be pissed if it did. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, at least it popped it back up one spot. No, I won't get too mad. I'm not going to let this rattle me. It did this last time. I got to get in touch with these StreamYard people, man. The live feed has cut out. Sorry about that. But I got to keep going because the podcast version will be available. All right, guys. Have y'all heard about these enhanced games? You got to stay with me on this one. What if I told you there's a new sports competition where steroids aren't banned? They are encouraged. No drug test, no hiding, no suspensions. It's called the enhanced game. The idea is simple. Stop pretending athletes aren't already pushing the limits chemically. Let adults make adult decisions. Put it under medical supervision. And let's see how fast and strong humans can really get. Meanwhile, events like the Olympics test consistently. The official stance is zero tolerance. The enhanced games says, forget that. Let's break the records for real. Now, here's a question. Would you watch? Because I'm going to be honest with you. If you told me there's a 100-meter dash where everyone is fully enhanced and chasing 9-2, I might tune in. That's the uncomfortable truth. But here's where it gets serious. If this becomes popular, now a 17-year-old sprinter thinks that that's his path, and every young swimmer, every weightlifter, it becomes an arms race, not just for medals, but for biology. And that's where it gets dangerous. We've seen doping scandals before, cycling, track, baseball, steroid era, but it came with consequences. The difference, at least 3 of those leagues officially banned it. This flips the script a little bit. There's no limits. So what do you think? Is this a future? Natural enhanced? I mean, look, if somebody runs a 3.5 42nd yard dash, I'm watching. I'm tuning into that. You damn right. That's crazy. I mean, obviously, that's dangerous. But with peptides these days, with all the stuff that LeBron and Brady and these athletes are taking in other countries to physically enhance themselves and to heal quicker. We know these athletes are on steroids. It's just a different type now. There's ways around all this stuff. And this is actually an event. There's prizes, there's winning. Like, this is crazy. I'll even take it a step further. We've seen teams lose on purpose and draft generational players, and guess what? It works sometimes, half the time, not a little bit less. If you land a superstar suddenly you're relevant again. So the message becomes losing is okay if it helps win later. College athletes aren't students anymore. They're brands, businesses. They're negotiating contracts before they can legally rent a car. 17 years old, you think you're about endorsement deals before development. Baseball has turned a blind eye when it comes to home runs flying out of stadiums. Ratings are up. Fans are locked in. Money's pouring in. Nobody asked too many questions until they had to. Now we're just skipping the pretending, no hiding, no suspensions. Let's break records and cash checks. That's basically their motto. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Sports have always pushed limits, but there used to be a line. Now the line kind of keeps moving, and that goes back into what I was saying a minute ago. At what point does winning stop being inspiring and starts being dangerous? I would say that point is all the time. All the time. Go look up, and I tell people this all the time, and nobody wants to admit this. Go look up the average age of an NFL player when they pass away. It will shock you. Absolutely shock you. Look at the offensive linemen once they stop playing football, what their size is a year later. That will also shock you. Losing on because because once we normalize losing on purpose, paying teenagers millions, chemically enhancing performance, what's left? Is there purity in competition, or are we building entertainment machines? I love sports because they show us what humans can do, but if we remove every boundary, are we celebrating greatness or just engineering it? That is the question. And I know this is going to come up pretty soon. If I'm correct, these games are in May. They're in Vegas, and the closer they get, I don't even know what. I think, May 21st through the 24th in Vegas. I don't know what TV station is broadcasting this. I'm bringing this up now because I think it's going to become a pretty big issue here pretty soon, and I'm actually pretty excited about it. I can't wait until these games and what the actual public thinks about this. I'm stoked. I'm really stoked. So that's what I got. That's what I got on those games. I'm going to get into it on other shows, and I will definitely bring this up again on the next show. Just want to go over the NBA for a second because I do have a parlay of the day for you over here in the NBA. Speaking of teams tanking, let's get over here to the scores in the NBA. Now, I'm going to take the largest lead over in the Charlotte Maverick. Well, not the Charlotte Mavericks game. Hold on. I'm actually going to take the Charlotte minus 13.5. I like that game. Let's go. This is the Pistons and the Cavs. I'm not touching that game. Here we go. Wizards at the Magic. Give me the over. Largest lead in the game, 17.5. For the Magic and the Wizards, the Magics are completely tanking. It is embarrassing. The spread is 15.5. I think it's minus 200, but you're going to win that. Magic should have a 18-point lead at least in that game. Heat Nets at the Heat. That spread's 13.5. Nah, I don't know about that one. Knicks and Raptors, good game tonight. Spurs 76ers should be a decent game tonight. There's another one. Oh, Grizzlies at the Minnesota Timberwolves. If you want to, take the over on the largest lead at that at 17.5 as well. So take the Timberwolves largest lead, Timberwolves game over to 17.5. Take the Magic game over 17.5. And I'll take the Hornets minus the 13.5. Let's go to the standings real quick in the NBA. Detroit still leads in the Eastern Conference by 5 games over Boston. By the way, Jason Tatum is coming back, I believe, this Friday. Boston is a huge threat in the East. I like the East right now. The Pistons, the Celtics, and the Knicks are all battling it out. Come on, man. That's awesome. If anybody remembers that Knicks-Celtics series last year, that was fantastic. And over in the Western Conference, OKC kind of getting their legs underneath them again. They're now 3 games up on the San Antonio Spurs, who were only 1 game behind, which is awkward. They've lost 1 game. They're still 9-1 in their last 10. Spurs are unbelievable. Those two, OKC and San Antonio, are leaps and bounds ahead of any other team in the Western Conference, which Houston Rockets are 3rd. The Minnesota Timberwolves are 4th, right behind them. Nuggets 5th, and the Lakers are 6th. The Lakers are 36-24. Weird. I don't like any teams in the Western Conference that are good, that have a shot. I like the Spurs, which is weird. I like Wembanyama. I do. I don't want to see Denver again. It was a great story for a few years. Way to go. I don't want to see LeBron and the Lakers. Not a big Timberwolves fan. OKC already won last year. Are they fun? Sure, but there's no rivalries. Give me Detroit, Boston, and New York going at it. Not OKC, San Antonio, and Minnesota. That sounds terrible. But oh, well. It is what it is, and I digress. This is Sports with Balls. My name is Jeff Michael. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you in a couple of days. Later.